The Zulu Nation can yo get funky. Yeah, just hit me. Just get some funk and hit me. Just get on down and hit me. That mic just getting so funky now hit me. Yeah, just hit me. Start to chase your dreams about the seats. Make your body sway. Socialize. Get down. Let your soul lead the way. Shake it now. Go, ladies. It's a living dream. Love, life, live. Come play. The game. Our world is free. Do what you want, but free.
Peace. Important word. That's what we're going to start off the show with. It is Saturday, What Really Matters Day, 10 minutes to 12 o'clock p.m., 11:50 on the 28th in the month of September in the year of 2013. This is still me month technically, and I want to close out strong and wish everybody another congratulations because we're doing things. I'm seeing progress, and we're definitely moving forward. Going to go ahead and conclude the Facebook fast next month, and like I said, we're going to get everybody on the same page. So before we begin, I want to go ahead and share this with you. It's an important message from me to you, and since the subject of today is social and the word and definition, well, let's start off on the right foot by saying that I'm going to share with you something that I find of extreme value and extreme importance, which is some lyrics, intellectual property. Just start to chase your dreams. Up out your seat, make your body sway, socialize, get down, let your soul lead the way. Shake it now, go ladies. It's living a dream. Love, life, live. Come play the game. Our world is free. Do what you want but scream. That's from Planet Rock. Back on our planet, Planet Rock, Africa Bambaataa, Soul Sonic Force, Zulu Nation. I put that up because there's a lot of talk and emphasis about the culture, the hip hop culture. We want to study the culture, preserve the integrity of the culture. And culture, that's one of those new words like brand and core values and social, since we're using popular buzzwords. Really, it's just some stuff that we do and kind of something that we just grew up on. So if we want to make it a culture so that we can get the point across more effectively, then so be it. It's a culture. But really, it's just a way to be, way to think, way to act, way to do. And this is pinpop.com, Life Experience Magazine. And for all we know, we could be inventing and developing a super culture, if you want to call it that. But once again, it's just life experience and us making things work the way they're supposed to. Social by definition. I appreciate you tuning in. Let's see if that fits into the definition of social. And I'll do my best to keep it brief, but this one right here, I think we got to really open up and expand on. So if you want to chop it up into bits and pieces, take a little bit here, take a little bit there, or I'll understand because this requires some kind of attention span, but it's worth the time. And satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. How about that? Social by definition, an intelligent look at a popular and ultra relevant word. Social media, social relations, even Google bring you into my world. I gave a screenshot from my personal inbox. Even Google has reinvented the Gmail layout to list social. Let's keep our minds organized and divided in our incoming messages. Got your primary, got your social in the middle, and you got promotion. Social in the middle. Middle is media. So that's where the messages come if I don't go to the social media sites and look at it there. But any type of response or message that's lined up with this Google Gmail account for the Twitter and probably the Facebook too when I pull it back up is going to fall into this social box. So obviously social is important, at least according to Google. Being social, I'm going to go ahead and level with you because I think that's an important part of social relations is being honest. Being honest, what do they say? Relationships are based on trust, and trust, well, that's a result of being honest. So, social relationships, unrehearsed, uncut, gonna say that at this point in time, I really don't have much of a social life. And this is the thing that's blaring at me because social is the word. That's the word of all words. That's the buzzword. Social, social. But before we even get to media, I decided, hey, let's go ahead and list the definition of social, see if we can make sure that we're being social and start with the definition of it and actually upgrade on it. But leveling, I don't really have much of a social life like I used to, even though the world is more of a social place. Supposedly, don't really have much of a social life. But I am busy and I am productive and I do take care of business and I do see my worth and value increasing. So I want to take an honest to God look at whether or not those two things may be in conflict and see if we can bring them into alignment. MightyMightyPimPop.com coming with the solutions in your area, keeping it all the way pimp and stereo by listing the definition of social, which is an adjective, which is a state of being, which says pertaining to, devoted to, or characterized by friendly companionship or relations. Social club. Speaking or seeking or enjoying the companionship of others. Friendly, sociable, gregarious. Of, pertaining to, connected with, or suited to polite or fashionable society. A social event. Living or disposed to live in companionship with others or in a community rather than in isolation. People are social beings. Of or pertaining to human society, especially as a body divided into classes according to status, social rank. Where do we want to go with this? This is the right off top definition from dictionary.com. They actually do expand on it, but this is what they give you right off top. You can take it and rock with it. This is the definition of the word social. So we're at least being social enough to say that we have defined the word social, and we can go ahead and look at whether or not we are actually fitting the description and definition, social or perhaps anti. Problem with the English language, though, is that every word used to describe a word has its own definition, even though we be listening to technical definition because we want to keep things in HD, high definition. Every definition has a word with its own definition, but we can actually just be social amongst ourselves and know that we do have a common idea about what words really mean. Social, important, value, what other brand buzzwords are there? Brand, leverage. The list could go on, but authentic, that's an important word. Let's be authentic and look at what we see in here. Friendly, that's a popular word. Just go to Facebook. That's the most popular social media site for the time being. Friendly companionship, relationship, social club. Companionship, friendly, connected, connected. That's the internet. Connect the dots. Get connected. That's socializing. Dots connecting. Exchanging. Living or disposed to live in companionship. Companionship. Whatever that means. Look up the definition. Community. Communicate. Common unity. Communicate. People are social beings. But number 5 really jumps out. Of or pertaining to human society, especially as a body divided into classes according to status and social rank. There's that word, status. Back to Facebook. Social rank. Really, the emphasis in this word is classes, and the word social. The word social, yeah, man, that's like the word of all words. That's the word of the millennium that we're dealing with here, social. So let's go ahead and expand upon it. Social. When I type in the word social to Google, the first thing that it comes up with is Social Security Administration. That's what I want to know about when I go to social. It don't even go to social media. It goes straight to the Social Security Administration for the United States of America. An important organization to say the least. Most people that I know, at least American citizens, they do have a social security number. Social security, I guess we're living in a socially insecure society, so we can go back to the word social and define it before we even get to the word social security or social media. Social. But the social security website, it doesn't even really list the definition of what social security is. You just know what it is. However that works out. Social security, you got a card, you got a number, and you pay your taxes. That's social security. And maybe when people retire and get some money up out of what they put in, social security, that's what it is. Actually going to relate to Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, because according to the best of my knowledge, every single American citizen that does have one of those numbers is bound by law by this new Affordable Care Act. We might get distracted with what other people are talking about, Kanye West beefing with Jimmy Kimmel, but both of those individuals and people that are behind them, in front of them, on the side of them, movie stars, important people, everybody in America that's a citizen got a social security number. So once again, we're dealing with social, and the beef is going back and forth on Twitter. I did a post yesterday with the founder of Twitter, and that's basically getting into the idea and the fundamental workings of being social. Classes. That's that word, classes. Middle class. Middle class. The President of the United States of America has an agenda of strengthening the middle class, which I can see is good. I just want to bring emphasis to the point that middle, we're really going to have to get expanded. Let's look at it in depth. Let's keep it P with each other, because we're being social. We exchanging information, keeping each other up on game. I would have to say that, man, middle, that indicates 3. Like when I think middle, I think 3 parts. There's 2 and 1 in between. The in between point is in the middle. Midpoint, middle class. But like the thing that popped off a couple years ago on social media, big talk about the 99% and the 1%. There's only 2 classes. There's only 2 percentages. Majority, minority. But there's no middle. I don't know if there's a middle minority or middle majority. Call it the center. But 2, there's no middle in 2. There's only a middle in 3. So it seems like strengthening the middle class is actually in effect eliminating it. But maybe that's good for people that are in poverty, just want to move up into the middle class. I see myself as upper class, 1%, 0.05%, whatever percent I am. That's just how I see myself. I mean, I guess I can define myself. I can be. You can be whoever you want to be on the internet. So I'm gonna be 1%. And the reason I'll be 1% is because I looked at the post that we did yesterday with Biz Stone from Twitter, and he could be considered a part of the 1% due to his offerings and his financial status. But really, it's just a mentality. That's one person out of 100 million that sees fit to provide a service that helps to strengthen your situation, my situation, our situation. Add value is what it's called in business. So the resourceful of us, that's what's considered the 1%. I don't think it's necessarily a evil thing or somebody's out to get you. I just think it's based on a decision, really how you feel about yourself. Are you the headache or are you the Tylenol? Do you got problems? Do you got solutions? So this is pimpop.com. My name is Rylan Branch, representing the 1%. And what we're serving you with today is the definition of social. And social, you got 2 points. It's two people communicating and exchanging. But I really want to get into this because, like I said, I don't have much of a social life these days, and that concerns me because social is the word. It's right here on Google, on my Gmail account to tell me I can't miss it. Plus, you hear about it all the time. And I read in the book, Dr. Phil, Life Strategies. He mentioned something that I don't necessarily agree with, but I think that's just a different thing for black people. And he called it a social mask. Everybody wears a social mask. I don't wear a social mask, and I've been exposed to environments of people that do. When I say white people, I don't turn it into a racial thing. I just turn it into a culture thing. But you can see it in culture, corporate culture, how people act. I got my co-workers' face. I got my face that I use when I'm in front of the boss. I got my work face. I got my at-home face. I got my church face. I got my around people that I know face. I got my people that I don't know keep my guard up face. People got different faces and call it mask. But this here, this is my mask, which really is no mask. I guess it's an emperor wears no clothes type of mentality. This face is good and honorable and respected in over 700 countries across the Milky Way galaxy. That's Rylan Branch. And I think it's a better approach for us to really get ourselves one face that we use everywhere. One common cause, one face. So I only bring that up because I really haven't yet to get the handle on this whole social media phenomenon with the phones and the idea of having something to hide behind. I think a social media, social network and persona is actually a social mask. That's a mask that we use to communicate with each other, which would be ideal if that mask and who you really are as a person is the same. But if it's not, I can see danger signs coming because these little boxes and that whole existence, it only exists inside of this little bitty box. And if you pay close attention, the boxes are getting smaller and smaller. But I needs me a big space, so I like to have this face work everywhere I go. And I think you afford yourself more leverage if you just actually learn to see the good in that particular person. So, dang, we have gone on for a minute. I don't have the camera up right now, so I can't even see how much time is ticking. But I know what's coming out of me right now is of the utmost relevance because we're talking about a society. Things that pertain to an entire society, and the word society, that's social. That's what the word means. So if you tuned in and stay tuned in for this long, I do appreciate it. And hopefully we can make it worth your while by saying that how we intend to help you, how I can help you is by saying that this month I'm actually proud of myself, reconfirming to myself again that I don't necessarily need or depend on social media sites, Facebook fast, I don't need that. Twitter, I don't need that. I tinker around with it to see how it's being used by other people so we can actually upgrade on it, make it work better. But the reason I did that between us as friends is because just following what the experts say, relationships with others, because social is relationships, how we relate, how we connect. Relationships with others are based on relationships with self. I have to confirm 100% how my relationship is with myself. Am I cool with myself? Do I know myself? Do I trust myself? Do I believe in myself? Can I hang out with myself? Is myself cool? Before I share it with anybody else, is it cool with me? And actually, it is. I'm proud of where I'm at right now and feel that I can help people in that way. We can work out the fine print and details later. But this is about being in a cool social relationship with yourself before anybody, and references available upon request. Can't help other people to like you, can help to get other people to like you. That's a choice that we all make. But a choice that we're all in control of is whether or not we choose to like ourselves. References available upon request. So that's what we're going to put up for the closing of Me Month. This is me, Rylan Branch, sharing with you my ideas on social. And we need to go ahead and upgrade on it because this is Average Joe and this is the pimping. We're going to go ahead and pimp our social lives, pimp our social media, and say that we can get focused on keeping things a little bit more simple or a lot more simple. Refer it back to the culture, hip hop culture. All you hip hop heads out there, this song came out, I don't know, 1981, somewhere around there. Zulu Nation, hip hop enthusiasts and purists. Back on our planet, Planet Rock, just start to chase your dreams. Up out your seat, make your body sway. Socialize, get down, let your soul lead the way. Shake it now, go ladies. It's a living dream. Love, life, live. Come play the game. Our world is free. Do what you want, but scream. And we'll leave it at that and continue on with the victory, which leads back to the very beginning word that we started with. First shall be last, and the last shall be first. The first and the last is what? Peace.
Suicide and force, yo, get funky. The Zulu Nation, yo, get funky. Yeah, just hit me.